Thinking about your legacy, there's a variety of ways you can make a legacy. You can get a huge payout, endow a foundation, and the foundation can do lots of work. And you can leave after you an organization that continues to do your good work. And it strikes me as a real tension for you in First Green between those two alternative legacies. And so I was sort of thinking, how do you think about balancing those two as you look forward?
I've been thinking a lot about that lately. So there is an internal conflict in me that maybe I'm not doing the good work or not doing enough of the good work.
And describe that conflict, because it's your conflict, so you're feeling it personally.
Well, because especially in Florida, as you know, especially being a U.S. banker that you were for a lot of your career, the model of entrepreneurial banks in America is a unique model, and usually the process is to start a build and sell them, especially in Florida. It's a cycle, and that's what's expected. That's what's expected of shareholders. And so I know that's in the offing. I knew it was in the offing when we started, and not that I didn't want to myself. I invested a huge amount of our net worth personally, and I can't think of one of my investors that I don't like. I have 800 and some of them. I like them. I may not agree with them politically. I may not agree with them on stuff, but I like them, and I feel I have a responsibility to them to give them the maximum return they can get. If there was some way to do it and continue into perpetuity, that would probably be an ultimate situation, but I've yet been able to figure it out.
So it seems you're describing a personal dilemma between a financial return and a societal return that your investors are also facing, and I guess then the question is, how do you break that cycle of too strong, not too exclusive, but too strong a focus on the financial return? How do you break that cycle? And isn't it, at the end of the day, isn't that what a regenerative economy is about, which is breaking that cycle of the exclusive focus on short-term financial gains or short-term financial returns for long-term financial security and a better society. When I say breaking the cycle, doesn't necessarily mean stopping financial returns, but the cycle of too exclusive a focus on financial returns. So Ken, I think about the dilemmas you're facing, and both personally, but also on behalf of your investors. But let's make it very personal. For you personally, what's more important, your financial well-being or your spiritual strength?
You know, I'm doing the math in my head right now. I'm thinking, well, what's the point at which I'd sell my soul, right?
That's sort of the question.
That's sort of the question. Should I and my investors be willing to accept 1.5 times book and accomplish all the values objectives, or should we just throw it down and say, no, we got to have 2.5 times book and everything else?
Or do you say, should you and your investors be happy with a 8% dividend return in perpetuity and not sell, but in return you've got the spiritual strength, the spiritual well-being that you need? Why do you have to sell?
But that's a question we really wouldn't want to answer, right?
Well, but it's a real question, because if your investors end up with shares that have a solid return that they can give to their children and their grandchildren, that's also real. That's real value. That's real wealth. But at what point, going back to the question, what's your trade-off? What's the trade-off you want to inspire them to, between what you're doing for your spirit and what you're doing for your pocketbook?
Well, that mean, that's the ultimate solution, right? Is something in perpetuity that's got a really decent return, a safe, decent return that provides economic stability.
Yeah, so it's a safe financial return and a super values return in terms of what you're doing for your community. It's a different way of thinking about meeting investor demands, and then inspiring the investor to say, that's what I want. I want to leave my grandchildren a share of stock that I know will give them solid income every year, and at the same time leaves the community in which they live better off with jobs, with an environment that's safe, and with healthy and happy people.
But that means I only have one answer. It's the spiritual answer, right?
It's a good thing you're a religious man. And I stacked the deck against
That's
you.
true.